Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Fair Game Laguna Beach. And I'm Tom Johnson. I'm here with our Mayor, Sue Kempf. Sue, great to see you.
Great to see you, Tom.
So, welcome back. You've been doing a little traveling. You went back. I won't touch on the year, and you might want to bring it up, but I'm not going to. But you went back to a high school reunion. Did you
Right.
have some fun? And tell me a little about it.
Oh, I had fun. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the year. It's not important. But I had a great time. And the funniest thing of all was we had about 500 people in our class, and we had, I don't know, 20% of the people. We had about 100 people there. And, so we're catching up with everybody. And when I hear, "Hey, Mayor," I turn around and one of my classmates, who I haven't seen for a really long time, said, "Hey, I live a few blocks from you in Laguna. I just moved to Laguna not that very long ago." So I'm back in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I get that. I heard that. It was just so funny. But it was a great time. Thank you for asking. It was a really great time.
Well, that's great. That's great. It's so much fun as we go through life and everything to kind of reconnect with those people that meant a lot to us in our younger times. So
That's right.
good for you. Um, so last night in town, there was a workshop. City manager and the community development director got together, met with residents, talked about the community development process, what could be done to make that process better, all the above. What did you hear come out of that?
Well, I didn't attend the meeting because we have a subcommittee. Councilmember Bob Whalen and Councilmember Orgel are the subcommittee. But I heard it went very well. The city manager, the city attorney, and the community development director hosted the meeting. It was a public workshop in the council chambers, and they talked about the backlog of development projects and the measures being taken to kind of address it. The backlog, it's a combination of things. We had staff turnover, particularly since the pandemic, complex municipal codes, and then there's some inefficiencies in the design review process, which also results in delays. So there's kind of like the short term, what we're doing. And then the workshop also focused on the longer term solutions. So one thing we have to do is we have to update our zoning code, because the zoning code underlies kind of all the things that we do in community development. And it's really old and needs to be modernized. It's going to take a couple of years to do it. We are working on it now. We've started working on it, I think, the last 3 months or so. So that's good. But the idea with that, too, is we're going to streamline the design review process with kind of some what I would call process updates, like updating the templates, and then we can digitize, a submission when you want to submit something for a remodel or a rebuild of a house. And sometimes that triggers unnecessary, complicated approval. So we're just looking at a way to make it better for the long term. It's going to take a little bit longer, but in the meantime, we're remediating in what we can.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Next subject I'm going to touch on is kind of interesting because sometimes you hear around town somebody saying like, "Oh, crime is up. Oh, we're Laguna Beach. Oh." Laguna Beach is such a safe community. Doesn't mean we couldn't be better, but it's a safe community. In spite of, you know, a, a person here or there might say, "Oh, crime's up and things are, you know, bad or not as good." What is your feeling on what the chief and his department are doing in town to make it safe?
Well, actually, when I hear people say, it's never very often, but people say, "Oh, it's not safe here." I've never felt unsafe here, and I think most people feel very, very safe here. The whole time I've been on council, this is my 6th year now. Nobody said they feel unsafe in our town. So we heard from a couple people recently that, we have the highest, third highest, violent crime rate in the county. And that's not true. You just know anecdotally, that's not true. I mean, behind like what, Anaheim has, gangs and things like that. So what the police department does is, every time there's a reported crime, they send it off to the Department of Justice. And like, for example, if somebody can't find their wallet, and they think it was stolen or they may have been robbed, it goes into the database. Even though, a month later, the guy might call in or the investigators find out, oh, he just lost his wallet and he found it, but that goes in as a potential crime. So what our police department does in the end, they do a true up on all the things that have been reported, and they kind of do the remediation work on the reports. But when the police chief gave us our crime report for the previous year, the crime was down 7%. So we're doing just fine in this town.
Perfect. You know, it's interesting too with a town like Laguna Beach, because crime is so low, that if you do have a couple of things in certain areas, it can tick things up.
Yeah.
Oh, if you only had 3 of that crime last year and you have one this year, it says, oh, you got 33% or whatever. It's those counts are kind of misleading, but
Well, yeah, and also we have, we're fully staffed now, and police departments are having a very hard time filling positions. It doesn't matter what city it's in. And because you have more people leaving the profession than coming in, so there's kind of a supply and demand issue. And even like the highway patrol, they're down 1,000 officers right now. And for the same reason. So the fact that we're fully staffed, and I go to all the badge pinning events and I meet the people and the families, and the police officers and the families, and they're great. Their attitude is great. And I'm proud of the job Jeff's done. He's done a very good job.
yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Also around town, switching subjects, to the arts, some events coming up.
Yeah.
A number of them. Talk about that.
Yeah, so on Thursday, so this coming Thursday at 4:30 on the stage at Forest, we have a dedication of a new art installation. It's temporary. It's called Protect, Don't Pollute. It's by a local artist, Amy Rose Hammond. I've seen it because I'm the council liaison for the Arts Commission. It's really nice. Kind of goes along with the importance of environmental stewardship, which is, front and center for our town, especially given it, it's overlooking Main Beach. So that'll be on Thursday at 4:30, and it's going to be on display until December 2nd. So we invite everybody to come down. We're going to have a live music performance also following the ceremony. And then we have something called The Art of Play, and that'll be up in Alta Laguna Park against the wall, by the wall there, where we have that beautiful mural. And that's actually led by the people involved with Laguna Beach Dance. And they're going to be putting on a short presentation there just to get people paying attention to the art. So it's combining that beautiful mural with some unique dance performances, and I think it'd be just great.
Great. Always fun stuff going on around town. It's really great to hear.
That's all. By the way, that event is going to be Sunday, October 13th at 5:30 at Alta Laguna Park.
Very good.
Choreographed by the famous Jody Gates from Laguna Beach Dance.
Well, Mayor, keep up the good work. It's nice to have you back in town. And it's
Good to
nice
be back.
to know that people on a national level know you as mayor. So again, keep up the good work. Nice to see you. We'll see you next week.
You got it.